Thank you. You're making babies with crazy men and broken men. Don't ask for it. And if you do it, you take all the smoke that comes with it. You can't argue that. Stop. That is another of those classical, typical bullshit deflections. Answer to nobody. 80% of y'all ain't even married to the man you're having a baby with, so you ain't answering to them.
Yeah, but a lot of black men out here broken. They are, and I'm not saying they not.
Stop.
They not. I'm
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
being honest.
Stop.
I love black
Stop.
men.
Stop. That is another of those classical, typical bullshit deflections.
No,
What does
that's
a
not.
broken black man have to do if you don't let him inside your womb? Thank you. You're making babies with crazy men and broken men. Don't ask for it. And if you do it, you take all the smoke that comes with it. You can't argue that. Do y'all want to sit around and talk about the black man, the black man? This is on y'all.
Yeah, but it's different when you because we actually don't want to give up on black men. We love like black women. A lot of black women love
This
black
is
men.
bullshit.
Well, I can only speak, I guess.
You don't want to give up on black. Okay, let's go down the path. You don't want to give up on black men, so you decide to have babies with the broken of us.
Well, you don't assume the person was broken
Then you didn't
until
do your homework and vet properly because you don't have a father or a man guiding you. Again, who's guiding you? It's all on y'all.
Red.
You
it's
pick, man.
it's
Red,
on.
yellow.
No, it's on you. It's on
Red.
you.
Red
It's on
in
you.
the background.
You're 18,
Yellow
over
in the
18.
background.
You're over 18.
Red in the
It's
background.
on you. You
Yellow
pick a
red.
broken man. See, what you don't get to go do is pick a broken man or pick a bum man and then get to cry foul in the Pressure Olympics. No, if you went and bought a car just because it looked nice and you didn't take it to the mechanic and get a once over, if you didn't get the carpet, if you didn't do anything, if you just took it off the lot, you cannot complain to the bank or the finance company about it not running when the payments are due. No, you should have did your homework. You wouldn't buy a car that way, would you? You would not buy a car, but you will make a baby that way. What kind of shit does that make? Makes no sense. Then you want to drive around the fact, oh, woe is me. I'm driving a Limit. It's beat up. These cars ain't shit. And I'm sitting over here in a Beamer like, fuck you mean? I'm riding good. Becky's sitting over there in a Beamer, and Maylene's sitting over there in a Benz. Everybody else sitting around riding good. A nice Honda Accord. Everybody else is riding good. Balanced tires, air conditioning, seat belts that work, smelling good, freshly washed. You in a beat up hoopty. They're like, what do you mean cars ain't good? My car ride just fine. Oh, you didn't know not to go buy from 2020 Carland or Plenty? Why don't you go over to the Mercedes dealership? Why don't you go over there? Well, it would have took too long. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the credit for it. No, I saw something on the block that I liked, and I didn't make a business decision. I bought with my eyes. He made my coochie tingle. I didn't want to give up on this particular brand of car. And this is the kind of car my mama drove. And this is the kind of car I was told I was supposed to have. It had cornrows in a chest and chocolate and big lips. That's why I got it. And then when the motherfucker break down, don't blame nobody except you, the driver.
Yeah. Well, my baby father, he's actually has very amazing qualities about him, and he wasn't where he needed to be. He young, but he still got time to do that. But
What do you mean he's young? How old is he?
Nah.
You said it.
He younger than me.
How old is that?
He younger than me. I don't know.
How old is that?
Nah, you gonna ridicule me about it.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you, how young is he?
He's 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
I know, and that's the first time I ever gave a guy younger than me the time or day. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like that situation was complete shit. It wasn't.
See one thing that women like yourself always seem to miss. So you get ready because it's coming.
I know.
Why'd you have a baby with it? Why does every other race woman seem to be able to fuck losers and not make babies with them?
Because I was
Or have sex with men who should not be fathers. Him being young and all this other kind of stuff would have been fine if you'd have kept your womb out of it. But now you put your womb. Now you put your womb in it, and now it matters who he was.
I don't know. I know I have something to say, but I know there's no point in saying it. So I'm just
because you got to take all the responsibility for it. You picked a younger man.
I mean, he's consistent in his child's life. He's not one of these.
I didn't say anything about that, ma'am. I just said you said he's not your husband.
No, I don't want to marry him.
Oh Jesus.
And I know that sounds bad because I have a baby with him.
This is our culture, man. And here's the thing, man. All of this right now started because you chose to have unprotected sex with a man. You could have had sex with, but why did it have to be unprotected? And see, that's what I mean. You went to the car lot, 2020 Carlina Plenty, and bought the cute car, the nice looking car on the lot, and you did not read the Carfax. You knew the model year was off, and instead of saying, you know what, this guy's good for a roll in the hay, this guy's good for a short time and sex and everything else, but the one thing I cannot do is make a baby with him because that would tie me to him for a lifetime. No, you decided to roll the dice and say to hell with it. And now you want people to give you credit for. We don't want to give up on the black man. That makes you guys sound like martyrs. And I honestly don't want you to sound like martyrs. I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna sound hard. You don't need to sound like a martyr when you're making foolish decisions. Because if you sound like a martyr, then other women will be like, well, she gets credit for being a martyr. No. How about women start making y'all sound foolish? What if the women of the group started saying, damn girl, you picked him? What if women start rejecting this? Not men. What if women start saying, I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to hang out with a woman. I mean, you cool, mom, but we ain't gonna hang out with you. I'm gonna hang out with women who make, sensible mating decisions, sensible reproductive decisions.
That would be where I'm at with it today. Even though I made those decisions, I'm still educated enough to learn from that and not move forward making those same decisions.
Okay, if I give that, but how we got here is you trying to give benefit of the doubt for weight. And what I'm saying is when we do that, look at this is how the dominoes fall. When we allow this, we end up here. Anybody can watch this conversation and see the domino that fell, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And all it comes down to is a lack of standards. Black women are out of order. There is no standard. There is no discipline. There's not even a weight standard. I keep going back to Lizzo and this body positivity. It's only body positivity for women. There is no way you could have a 300 and some odd pound man shooting his shot at the equivalent of Captain Miss America or whatever, and people will not say something. See, women like her want hot men, but they still have a standard for men. She doesn't want a man that looks like her. She wants a man that's better than her. And that's where we're at with this mediocre stuff. We got mediocre women who need tutoring because you want men who are better. Not you, but women like that want men that are better, but they don't want any kind of standard. They're mediocre at best, wanting high value, wanting somebody to come back and say, it's all right. And that can't go, man. And the thing is, this is between you ladies because you ladies reinforce this stuff. Because by the time women like yourself start listening to me, you're already down the path on something. Not preemptive, it's reactive at that point. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, but I just want to say one thing to you.
Go ahead.
I have dated high profile men prior to meeting my child's father. So I already had the accustomed mindset to deal with higher end men who make $300,000 a year. When I was living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, messing with a younger guy, that was more like an experience that went left because of my choices. I'm not making excuses for why it went left. I hear you. I did what I did. I made the dumb choices that I made, and now I have a reality that I have to deal with. But I understand what you're saying. I definitely.
So I don't understand the point you were trying to make. Saying
yeah, I kind of forgot the point.
What's the point? What's the point? You could deal with. Let me say something too, because I've defined this before. Dealing with high earning men. High earning is not necessarily high value, but I often say this: you ladies often mistake having sex with, kicking it with, dealing with a higher caliber man is the same as being able to get his ring and be his wife. It's not.
No, I didn't have sex with them. I'm just saying.
Well, then, so you went on. So what are you trying to say?
Like I just in my surrounding, these were the kind of men that was.
Your surroundings mean your work?
No, well, at the time, yes, at the time.
So it doesn't count.
Okay.
See what I mean? You ladies give yourself credit. Okay. Why did I say? Why did I say that? Because unless these men were approaching you to date you towards marriage, can you say that? High earning, high value men were approaching you with the intent to make you their wife. Yes or no?
Yeah, I've experienced. I know you're not gonna believe it, but yes, it's true. It's not hard for me to get men. It's not. It's not. That's very easy for a man to like me or approach me. I'm not like.
You do realize I said to be a wife, right?
Yes, but the thing is, these guys that are
no, ma'am. You
older than me.
No, absolutely not. Now you're lying.
No,
or
I'm
you
not.
Catholic. So you mean okay? So
you?
Oh no! I got someplace to sleep, but I got time for this. So what you're trying to get me and everybody to believe is that these so-called high value men. Are we talking more than one or just one?
More than one, but I
just need to know more than one, less than 5, more than 10. How many?
No. Less like about 4, 5-ish. Not
so
nothing
4 or 5. So
like I've been around them. I didn't.
So you've been around, but and these men were trying to approach you to date you to marry.
Well, they're trying to approach me to sleep with me.
That's not what that's not what I said. I said to marry. I said very clear.
But how could we get to the marriage part?
No, ma'am. Because see, you can't make this up, people. You cannot make it up. I was very clear in what I said.
Okay.
And she answered very clear. And now comes the crowd walking because the specifics coming out.
Okay.
Ma'am, I said no. I said you mean to tell me these high earning, high value men were approaching you in order to date you for marriage, and you said yes.
Well, I have one guy who wanted that I actually dated, and he wanted that. But I was 21 years old at the time.
So he wanted to marry. Okay. So now I don't believe anything you're saying. I don't believe anything you're saying because facts.
Well,
I'm telling you why I don't believe. So now you're saying he's 47, you're 21, and he wanted to marry you, but what? So you decide to go have a baby with a dude that's 6 years younger, and that's a better choice.
That's not what I said, Kevin.
Then make it make sense. The 47-year-old dude wanted to marry you.
Yes, he did, but I was 20.
How long did you date?
I dated him for about going on 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
And
exclusively. Exclusively.
Yes, exclusively.
So you started dating him at what age?
I met him when I was 19-ish, going on 20-ish, and then I turned.
And you lived with him for how long?
I lived with him for a year.
In Florida?
In Miami.
and he wanted to marry you, and you didn't want to
Yes.
marry him.
But
So
I
who?
didn't want to marry him, and I'm gonna tell you why. He was 47 years old. I'm 21.
Were you having sex with
I
him?
can't even comprehend.
Excuse me.
Huh?
Were you having sex with him?
Yes.
Was he paying your bills?
Yes.
So you took his 47-year-old provision and money. So you can't make this shit up, people. You can't make up in your mind. In your mind, this makes sense.
No, it
Instead of
doesn't.
having a
I
man
was
who can take,
21.
you cannot overtalk.
Okay.
I don't give a shit if you're 21 or whatever. It sounds like you had a better situation, if I believe you. A man
It's
who put
I'm listening.
a man who was making money to enough to take care of himself, and you put a roof over your head, and you were having sex with him, you were letting him pay for everything. But when you say he wanted to marry you and make it legal to put you on paperwork, on mortgages, on insurance policies, and everything else, you decided not to do it because of the age difference. But what did that age difference have to do with anything but him sticking his penis inside of you and paying the bills before he decided he wanted to marry you? What was the age difference then?
Well, there was issues in the relationship.
What was the age difference then?
The age difference was not the only concern to me.
What was
That
the age
wasn't the
difference
biggest
then?
concern.
Yeah. See, it becomes an age difference or escape. It becomes an escape.
No, I'm telling you, the age difference was
The
not
age
the
difference
biggest
becomes an
thing.
escape route.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the age difference. I'm going to enjoy this.
Not hard